that paved the way.
Yeah.
Because without Miss Elizabeth, female valets weren't really taken seriously. No. They were kind of looked at as like groupies.
Yep, absolutely.
But
and she helped. Yep. She helped women.
She helped solidify and legitimize that position.
Exactly. You're a woman in the wrestling industry. You should be marketed regardless of in-ring work. You should be marketed for every reason. In-ring work, physical looks, your on-mic work, everything.
Yep.
And that's what Miss Elizabeth really helped in the wrestling industry.
I'm kind of hoping this year, especially if they do this whole Rock and Rousey versus McMahon and Triple H.
Yep.
That The Rock is the one that headlines Hall of Fame.
I could see The Rock headlining. Personally, the way I see a Hall of Fame, just like in baseball, I really do believe that if you're going to be put into the Hall of Fame, you should be in-ring work for at least 3 to 5 years. And I think that's just how a Hall of Fame works. A Hall of Fame is there to appreciate your past work in the business. And if you're still wrestling, I personally do not feel you should be in the Hall of Fame yet.
What about the Hall of Famers like Flair and Hogan that actually come back and get involved in the storyline?
I'm cool with that. If you have an on-screen thing where you're
I just feel like Rock, it's time for Rock.
Yeah.
Rock he's less than a part-time guy. I mean, he comes here, he does whatever WWE needs. They needed him to be champion for a little while to solidify the belt and a couple other guys, that were in that storyline. So he came and did whatever he had to do. He dropped the title to probably a less than an opponent that you probably wouldn't, not believable.
Yeah.
Like
John's.
Yeah, like Rollins beating
Brock. Well, he didn't really beat Brock.
Well, I'm just talking about even tonight.
Yeah.
If Rollins winds up beating Brock, it's you're gonna sit there and tell me that I have to convince myself that's a believable feat. No.
But in your honest opinion, do you think he's gonna win clean tonight if he does win?
No, I don't think Brock's gonna win. I think he's either gonna win by DQ or probably DQ. Something's gonna happen, whether it's an Undertaker interference, a Kane interference, or something. Yeah, okay, I can see it that way. But as far as like a straight up one-on-one pinfall, no.
Of course, it's not fully believable. If you look at that,
that's the problem,
and
that's why people have like this hard time grasping the concept of guys like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins holding a heavyweight championship of the world, because first of all, they're not heavyweights.
Yep.
They're cruiserweights. Okay, middleweights, whatever you want to call them. They're not heavyweight champions. Okay, Brock Lesnar is a heavyweight. The Big Show, Mark Henry, Sheamus, those guys are heavyweights. John Cena.
Yep.
Okay, those guys are monsters.
Yep.
Okay, Roman Reigns, not so much Seth Ambrose.
Seth Ambrose,
right? Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
That would be
any combination of the two.
That would be an interesting look to have them two together, but yes.
So, they're not heavyweights.
No.
Now, I understand that, WWE is sprinkling in a big amount of
smaller
middleweights, like Neville, who just came in. But then you got like Kevin Owens. He's a heavyweight, in my opinion. Okay?
I consider Cesaro a heavyweight too.
I do as well, because he's tall. He weighs more than you think,
and he's pound for pound.
The fact that he was able to pick up the Big Show and cleanly throw him out of the ring for them to win that battle.
I personally think he's
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt,
Rusev,
yes.
But I think Cesaro is the strongest pound for pound wrestler in that company right now.
Dolph Ziggler, no. Okay,
Dolph, I think, is that borderline.
If they bring back a cruiserweight championship, that division would be unbelievable.
I do agree with that, and I think it would bring a lot of prestige to a cruiserweight title, having guys like Dolph and Neville and Seth and Ambrose and all those guys.
We could sit there and probably name 20 guys
easily on that roster,
and then you got guys that are kind of on the fence, like Wade Barrett.
I was just about to say Barrett. I think Barrett would be a heavyweight.
I think so too. I agree with that. R-Truth is a heavyweight.
No. See, for me, I think R-Truth is a cruiserweight.
I think he's too big of a guy too.
Really?
His body type, he's just He's too big.
I think he would be. I definitely think he would be a cruiserweight. I'm trying to think of other guys who could.
The one-man band.
The one-man band, Mr. Heath Sladen. Who?
Zack Ryder. Where would you put Zack Ryder?
No, Zack Ryder would be a cruiserweight in my mind.
Right. So he's another big guy.
He's a bigger guy, but I think he would be a cruiserweight, and I think he would have success at the cruiserweight
level. The primetime plays, if you ever split them up, I think one goes one way, one goes the other.
Actually, if you looked at a picture of, I saw the two of them working out today, Darren Young is
Darren Young is a big boy.
He's a big boy. I would probably put him in a heavyweight division, actually.
You think so?
Yeah.
Right. Titus O'Neil, obviously.
Obviously, that's a no-brainer.
Heavyweight, either one of the Wyatts.
All three of them, yeah. Whatever. Mark Henry,
yeah,
obviously.
Mark Henry, we mentioned.
I'm trying to think who else would be, like, in just random names right now. Wow. We did name a lot.
I think we just named the entire roster.
We did. But, I mean, guy that I got to interview last night, Drew McIntyre, if he ever came back, I mean, he would definitely be a heavyweight in my mind.
Think so?
Because of his height alone. I think he's a bigger.
He just doesn't have the body type.
Really?
I mean, once you get back to WWE, they do all those crazy supplements and stuff that that it's legal, but you really aren't able to get when you're out of the system.
I think he would be a great heavyweight. The Chosen One. I thought they should have run with that gimmick.
Speaking about the Chosen One, here is after this commercial break, the interview with Drew Galloway, formerly known as Drew McIntyre from Warriors of Wrestling. Yesterday, Nick DeBeard got to do the interview, his second ever interview. This one definitely a lot less nerves.
A lot less nerves last night. It was a blast to interview him, and he was such a professional guy.
All right, here it is.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
This is Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and you're listening to Damaged Radio 365. Yeah, baby!
Espositos Pizza and Pasta. Check us out on one of our fine locations, 930 Route 34 in Matawan, New Jersey, or 233 East Main Street in Manasquan, New Jersey. From pizza and salads to pasta and buffalo wings, we have something to suit every member of your family. Whether you're seeking to take out, delivery, or just want to dine in, let us do the dishes. We would be more than happy to take care of your next meal. Our courteous and friendly restaurant staff is here to meet and exceed all your expectations. We promise an enjoyable experience each and every time we serve you. Try our award-winning Sesame Seed Crust Pizza, the recent winner of first place in the Las Vegas Pizza Open in the Artisans Division. Visit us online at sesameseedpizza.com for store hours, menus, and phone numbers, or just stop by one of our two great locations. You'll be glad you did. Espositos Pizza and Pasta, so close to eating at Mom's, but without all the yelling.
Suppy world, coming to you straight from the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore. This is the greatest tag team in New York City. Hell, the greatest tag team in professional wrestling, the Scumbag Nation. I am Rude Boy Riley.
And I am the American Nightmare, Logan Black.
Like I said, here we stand in the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore. It is located in the English Town Flea Market, Green Building Booth 35.
And I'll tell you, they sell all things related to wrestling, my friends. They got kids and adult t-shirts and lucha masks, DVDs from all over the world, action figures, tickets to local indie events. Hell, they'll probably sell you a kitchen sink if you ask for it.
And if you want that kitchen sink, if you've got some dirty dishes, make sure to like them on Facebook. That is facebook.com/Funkenstein Inc.
Once again, this is the Scumbag Nation reminding you, if you want anything that has to do with wrestling, there's no better place to go than Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore.
Thanks again, Rude Boy Riley.
And Logan Black.
This is the hardcore icon, Just Incredible, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio. Now that's not just the coolest, that's not just the best. Damage 365 Radio, now that's just incredible.
This is Nick the Beard reporting for Damage 365. We are in Staten Island at Warriors of Wrestling, and I have the pleasure of sitting here with Drew Galloway. How you doing today, Drew?
I'm better now because I'm eating my ice.
Italian ice, cooling off a little bit?
Yeah. This is like 150 degrees.
It's insanely hot in here. They opened up just some kind of garage door, and if it wasn't for that, I'm pretty sure we all would have died.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone you guys.
My plan during the match, especially when we started brawling in the crowd, was if that shutter's closed, I'm going to throw somebody through it so I can get some air in my face.
He did almost throw somebody through the garage door, which was pretty awesome.
Thank you, buddy. I'll use anything inside. So the ring and the surrounders are my tag team partner.
There you go. So real quick, I just want to talk to you about a couple of things. What made you get into the wrestling business in general?
Usual cliche. That's all I wanted to do. It's legit all the way to do. I sent away for information when I was 10 years old to America. The Inside Secrets of Pro Wrestling by Percy Pringle and Dennis Brent. It told me all the inside terms that I memorized. It told me to keep kayfabe, so I kept a book in it was volume 1 and volume 2. I kept the books in my briefcase, and when my buddies talked about wrestling at school, I kept kayfabe since I was a kid. And I started pestering my mother since I was 11 to let me go to wrestling school, which is 12 hours away, the only one that existed. Finally, when I was 15, she allowed me to travel the 12 hours with my buddy, and I kept going back and forth until myself and a few guys started the Scottish wrestling scene, and today it's absolutely on fire.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, here's a question. When you were with WWE, when you were brought the idea of 3MB, what was your first reaction to that whole gimmick change?
Oh, they sent somebody and they took me to the stands. It's almost as if they designated somebody that was scared of what I might do. Might beat somebody up, but I was fine with it, they told me Vince was into it. It was Vince's idea, and I said, I've not been doing anything recently. I'm willing to try whatever. I was fine with it. The only problem I had was I needed surgery the following week, and I don't think anybody informed the boss because he was invested in it and obviously done the initial vignettes and had all these big ideas, and any idea of me being a heater or having any offense was killed with the whole wrist surgery and can't touch anyone or be touched for 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think when you were in the WWE, do you think you were used to your fullest potential?
The problem is there's so many guys and so many talented guys, and the reality is they can only really focus on the top storyline, and they only do focus on the top storyline. So no matter what, you're not going to get maximum attention unless you're one of those 4 guys, maybe that are in that storyline, or perhaps the IC title storyline, which is never focused on like the main event storyline. That's just nature of the beast. They have so many hours of TV, sponsors to answer to, board to answer to, ratings to answer to. That's why I never let things drive me crazy. It was nice of fans sticking up for me, saying, "Oh, Drew should do more. He's looks the power, talent, whatever." Yeah, I appreciate all that stuff. I really wish I just had longer matches. Even the Cesaro treatment for a while, he had long matches.
Yeah.
People wanted me to win more, but it's not about winning and losing. All I wanted was some decent time, be allowed to wrestle, because in the end, all I wanted to be was a wrestler. And that's the opportunity I have now. We parted ways at the right time. They couldn't hotshot me to anything serious. We split ways. I just turned 29 at the time. I've had a year. Great things have happened in the past year. I've reinvented myself. Career's going great, and I'm sure we'll see them down the line, but I'm happy where I'm at right now. Very happy, actually.
Awesome. I'm going to do a little rapid fire questions. First thing that pops into your head.
Yep.
So who was your favorite person to work with?
Sheamus.
Who's your least favorite to work with?
I love working with everybody, even though you don't think that's the right answer. I see it as a challenge. I see myself as somebody that should be able to have a match with anybody, no matter what their level is.
Absolutely, I like that answer a lot. Most memorable match for you?
There's 4 it's hard to choose from. Versus Taker, the match before his Michael's retirement match, that came out second, which was very rare. The match I lost the IC title to Kofi, that was the peak of the Chosen One storyline. When I won the IC title, my first WrestleMania as IC champion, and my times performing in Scotland when I was able to do promos to my parents and stuff.
Awesome. What's your most memorable moment not in the ring, like promo or something that happened to you?
The Vince McMahon endorsement promo.
There you go. And some of you